Hi everybody, it's Lasha from High Voltage, and if you're watching this on L&L Soul Sisters and you're wondering why I'm saying high voltage, it's because, for those of you that know me, skip right to 1 minute. For those of you that have never met me before, I'll take the next 45 seconds to explain. If you want to find out why I started the channel, please go to change.org and hit the search button, and then you have to type in my name, Lasha, Rojenko, and I'm trying to build a charity. High Voltage is at 595 people, which is a lot of people. And then L&L Soul Sisters 305, and then Lasha Rojenko 83. But the kicker is, all of the footage is on High Voltage. So if you're going to subscribe, or you are subscribed to Lasha Rojenko or L&L Soul Sisters, would you kindly do this mid-kid a favor and sign your prescription, just sign your prescriptions over to me. Oh my God, that's pretty funny. Psychology of secrets. They're coming out of me already. No, seriously, if you could subscribe to High Voltage, it would be so much appreciated. Oh, Popcorn Palace just posted something. Okay, Psychology of Secrets by Andrew Gold. If you haven't started, I suggest you start from the first video, which is 44 minutes, and the second video, which is just 15 minutes. And tonight's video will be 15 minutes because I'm going to read little bits every day. Oh, and I did put up a chapter of another part of the chapter of Ted Kennedy, Ted's Blondes Part 5 of Ask Not, in reference to Mary Jo Skopechny. Also, I wanted to say, for those of you that have been to this channel and have stuck with me, and for those that are just new, I have a favor to ask of you. Would you please write in the comments or private email me how you found this channel and why you subscribed? I would really love to know, because people don't know about themselves unless we get criticism or what we're doing well, and we all want to grow. And I wouldn't ask unless I cared about the channel. And please don't take my asking for help or kindness as weakness. Okay, so we already read the introduction, and now this is part 1, Secrets and Power. Page 12, if you're with me, and we are reading The Psychology of Secrets. All right. As you tread the streets of Monse, New York, you might feel as though you have been flung backwards through time. The black hats, wigs, and modest dress code of the ultra-unorthodox Jewish community that live here make Manhattan seem not miles, but centuries away. Men garbed in black suits and white shirts, the brims of their black hats catching the sunlight, hurry along their tzitz. Fashion sits, putting on the ritz. Okay, fringes from their prayer shawls swaying with each step. Their faces bear the makeups of devotion, earnest eyes studying the holy words of the Talmud or the Torah, and beards shaped by the sacred prohibition against the razor. Women in modest attire walk with haste, balancing the roles of matriarchs, educators, and wives. This sounds like The Handmaid's Tale. The hair is punctuated with the sounds of Yiddish, which is Mamolasham, mother tongue, interlacing seamlessly with English. The kosher delis, Judaica stores and humble homes radiate an austere simplicity far from the flashing lights of downtown Manhattan. Yeah, there are totally different communities in New York and in Toronto, but it is not multicultural in the area in which I live. With Friday night sunset, the Sabbath descends on Monday like a soothing blanket. The streets grow quiet, the rushing cars cease their hurried journeys, and the air fills with the warm aroma of challah bread. The sacred silence is broken only by the soft murmur of blessings carried on the wind. He's a beautiful writer. This is coffee. But behind these walls, a hidden truth lurks. A community shrouded in secrets, casting a chilling shadow over this pious enclave. As I kicked off my research into secrecy, one thing became apparent incredibly quickly. Secrets and power come hand in hand, and among the largest and the most powerful institutions are originized religions and cults. From the old world secrets of Hasidic Judaism and Catholicism to the buzzword New Age cults of Scientology and Heaven's Gate. Secrecy has long helped religious entities to tighten a vice around their devoters. A big drama was the day, I'm going to say this incorrectly, Rebbitzin, 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 Solovechik found out that Tova had a TV in her room. So begins one of many middle passages in the memoir of former Hasidic Jew turned Netflix reality star and fashion mogul Julia Hart. Unlike many in the Haredi, ultra-Orthodox community, Julie's family weren't born religious. Back in the Soviet Union, her father was a high-ranking communist. Her father was a high-ranking communist. When Julia was 3 years old, her family uprooted roots to America, landing in Austin, Texas. Although her parents refused to discuss the past with her, she speculates as to why they chose a life of religion and devotion. She tells me she believes it was a straightforward switch from the Soviet communism to ultra-Orthodox Judaism. The communist Soviet Union may have been secular in the name, but demanded the devoutness, servitude, and observance of the most extreme religion, moving from an authoritarian society with a focus on the collective in the USSR to the individualistic priorities of the American dream in Texas with a culture shock. Worse still, the anti-Semitism they experienced there increased their isolation and rootlessness. Like her mother, Julia developed into a prodigy talent. Her elementary school grades were among the best in Texas. As she recounts in her memoir, Brazen, her score led her to the attention of a prominent Texas entrepreneur called Jeremy, who had some involvement with one of the most esteemed schools in Austin. He believed it would be easy to get Julia in. It proved anything but. After making excuses that they had no room for me, the principal finally had a meeting with Jeremy and told him that they didn't want to take me because I was a Jew. The principal told Jeremy that he had managed to keep all the Jews out, and he wasn't going to make an exception with me, no matter how promising or intelligent I was. Seeking familiarity and acquaintance, the family soon moved to New York's Monsey community, renowned as a higher extreme religious orthodoxy. Julia describes it as like the 18th century. Women wear wigs to hide their real hair from the gaze of men, lest it distance them from their Torah study. Here Julia was brought up to be invisible. Her parents grew cold and distant as they fell further into orthodoxy. Julia had been an only child for 10 years, but her parents embarked on a pious passage of procreation until she found herself one of 8 siblings. Her parents left the 7 other children in the care of their older sister, Julia, for days or weeks at a time. They regularly forgot her birthday, stripped her of individuality and privacy. She slept in the laundry room and made her scrub the floors. Even the tiniest crumb of wheat or bread discovered in the kitchen during Passover would be enough to confine Julia to be separated from the rest of the Jewish people for all eternity, even after death. She'd be excommunicated and confined to eternal damning and damnation, they told her. She spent an entire month each year ensuring the absence of such crumbs. Listening to her story when we meet, I'm reminded of Cinderella. The extreme parts of the Monsey community sound to me like a cold and hostile world that uses secrecy and misogyny to control its people. I was raised Jewish and still feel culturally in touch, particularly around the humor and anxiety popularized by Woody Allen, Mel Brooks, and Larry David. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. We're on page 15. Again, this was pretty much a good 12-minute read of Ask Not, and I'll be doing a little bit every day. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope you're all doing very well. Trevor and we must get together to have a live soon. Sarah, I hope you're doing well. Oh, I went to where I work on call if they need help on the kitchen, and the gals, one of the gals there put these eyelashes on me. So for those of you who know me, you could see the difference tonight, right, in my eyes. But if you've never known me, there you go. So that's a wrap. And if you don't know what wrap means, go to the description. And our raffle is November the 1st for Ask Not. And if you haven't started with the Andrew Gold section yet, you must. Seriously. Okay? That's a wrap. Bye, everybody. Just my eyes. It's funny. They feel funny. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Bye.